I told my parents they could meet their grandchildren if they paid back the inheritance they lost. My grandparents died when I was 6 years old. They left money for all their grandkids to pay for college and help us get started in life. My older sister got hers when she turned 21. So did my two cousins. They all got around $270,000 each. They used it to pay for college with no loans, bought houses, and started their adult lives debt-free. I watched them do all of this while I waited for my turn. Then, when I turned 18, my dad sat me down and told me he had some bad news about my inheritance. Apparently, my grandfather had set up this investment account that was supposed to grow until I was old enough to use it. But my dad thought he was smarter than my grandfather. He moved my money into different investments because he was convinced he could get better returns. He did the same thing with money that had been left to my mom. He lost almost everything. When I finally got access to what was left, there was $27,000 in the account. I was supposed to have $250,000 like everyone else in my family. Instead, I got barely enough to cover 1 year of college. I had to take out massive student loans while my sister and cousins were living in houses they owned. My dad tried to apologize and said the market crashed and he made some bad calls, but this wasn't his money to gamble with. My grandfather specifically set it up a certain way because he knew what he was doing. My dad's ego made him think he could do better, and he destroyed my future because of it. I cut them off completely after that. When I got married 3 years ago, they weren't invited. When my wife and I had our first kid, we didn't tell them. We just had our second baby last month, and my sister must have told them because my parents showed up at our house unannounced. My mom was crying on the doorstep saying she just wanted to meet her grandchildren, that she'd already missed so much and didn't want to miss anymore. My dad stood behind her looking uncomfortable. I told them they could be part of our lives if they gave me back what they stole. I wanted the full amount I should have gotten, plus the interest it would have earned over the years. We're talking about close to $400,000 at this point. My dad's face went red and he said I was being ridiculous, that paying that back would destroy their retirement fund. So, I looked him right in the eye and asked how much money he would have if he hadn't played games with my inheritance and my mom's money. He didn't have an answer for that. They left and I haven't heard from them since. But my sister keeps calling me saying I'm being cruel and that I need to let this go. So I told her if she didn't think the money mattered, she could give me hers. She said absolutely not. I also said she was welcome to go have a kid if she wanted them to have grandchildren so badly. She said that wasn't an option. My wife supports me completely. She watched me struggle through college working 2 jobs while going to school full time.